Can he be here? Pro HiveWorks demo and training videos. Follow us on Facebook or visit easybsoftware.com. Pro HiveWorks is not sold as an annual subscription. It is a one-time purchase license to use. Support is optional. It could be an annual subscription or on demand. Introduction demo for Pro HiveWorks. Pro HiveWorks is a Windows desktop application. It can run on a local network. It can run on a single user computer. It can also be installed on a cloud and be accessed remotely by each individual user. It's a simplified accounting and billing software solution for any type industry that everything's based on inventory line items. It has all your basic accounting features. I mean, we create work orders, we post them, we ship, we have accounts receivables, we have a purchase order, we have payables, general ledger, you have reports of open orders, sales orders, accounts receivables, payables, inventory reports, and so on and so forth. And you can also have custom reports designed for you to meet your needs. I want to show you the core of why Pro HiveWorks would fit your industry. I'm going to do that by just firing up the inventory, and I'm just going to show you the diversity of different types and classes of inventory items that you can set up and sell through Pro HiveWorks. This first item is what I call basically a bill of material. I mean, it's a finished bill of material product, meaning that I can set up items or parts that I need to assemble this finished product. And then I can sell this finished product in standard units for $26.99 a piece or $155 for a box of 6. So that's a standard unit item. We have 3 options: linear or area or miscellaneous. This is a typical example of a standard bill of material type finished product. Now what I want to do is show you what that looks like and how I would use that in the system. I would create in-house work orders. And this is what that work order would look like in the shop. So I need these 2 items because they're marked with an asterisk to manufacture or assemble this product. Once that's done, I ship that product. Let me get back to inventory. And it will relieve these 2 pieces from inventory while adding to this finished good. And that's how that works. Next item. Let's just look at another single unit or standard unit product real quickly. And it's just a standard product that's set up to sell just $4.55 a piece. And it's inventoried by, each piece. So basically I have 126 of these windows in stock. Let's take a look now at tires. Let's look at this product. This is just a tire, and it's a standard unit product, But you can see that I'm set it up so that I can sell it one tire at a time, or I could sell it in a set of 4, and the quantity ratio is 4. Now that's pretty straightforward. If I show you a work order, let me find my order entry screen. Well, that's the wrong order that I had pulled up. Let me pull up the work order I have for that particular type. So this is how this would look like going across a work order. At this point, I'm selecting which one. Am I selling? Well, this is actually a wheel. It's not the tire, but it's the same concept. Am I selling a single, or am I selling 2, or am I going to sell a set of 4? And so that's exactly what I was doing. Otherwise, I would select standard. So it's alternate. So all I'm doing is just selling one set of 4 of those wheels. And that's how it flows through inventory. Okay. Let's go back to inventory and let's take a look at another product. Let's look at electrical wire. Now what I'm doing with this product, I've changed it from a standard unit. This is a linear area type item, which basically allows these price fields to be open to me. Now I don't sell this in square footage, so I just leave it 0. I'm really selling this in length, or a box length, if you will. Now, this is electrical wire, so I stock it by the roll, and I'm going to length, I'm going to custom cut the electrical wire for a sales, and then I'll go cut it and I'll enter it in as, footage. If I already had packaged rows of 25 foot, 50 foot, 100 foot, then you could, if you wanted to, you could sell it a bit cheaper, but it's still priced out at, $2.35 per foot. Okay? Let's take a look at a work order that would be involved in. So here's the electrical wire right here. So what I'm doing in this basic, I'm selling it by length, which that's what's bringing that $2.45 in. And then I'm going to cut 28 feet. So it's a custom cut off of a row. So that's how I'm selling that product. Now let's say, for example, that maybe I was going to sell it not in length, but necessarily I'm going to sell it in box. So now I'm selling them a 25 foot row at $2.35 a foot. Okay? Or this could be a 50 foot row, a 100 foot row, but that's how that works. Okay? Let's go back to inventory. Let's take another look at a different type of item. Let's look at an item that's basically metal roofing. So it is set up as linear area type class as well, which allows me not necessarily in length, but I'm going to sell this in square footage. And I have a second pricing that's called join square assembled. So it could be a product that maybe you need to assemble in some way, or you could actually use that to sell this same product just in a different way to price it out differently, but I'm still selling in square footage. Okay? Now let's take a look at a work order that involves selling metal roofing Okay, so this is a job that we've sold, and what we're basically doing, we're selling that metal roofing ribbed, and we got a 3x10. There's going to be 21 pieces. We need 10 3x22s, 6 3x8s. Okay, there's my labor, and then I'm going to sell them some bags of metal screws. Okay, let's take a look at that and see how that flows through. So I'm selecting square area in that type cell, which then allows me to enter the dimension, which is a 3x10. Okay, it calculates the square footage. It's 30 square feet. I need 21. So it's pricing it out at $2.10 a square foot. My total uses in inventory is going to be 631.26 square feet. So that's what's going to be relieved out of inventory. So that's how this is working. Okay. Now, let's say I don't have it in here, but let's say I wanted to add a ridge cap. I think that's the same. Well, I don't know. It may be a different color. Let me test it. But anyway, let's say that I was. Well, let's say it's 1.5 feet by 20. Okay, and I'm going to need 3 of them. Okay, but what I want to do is just click this so that I can, describe this real easy without having to type something. I think that could be my ridge peak. So that's what the product's going to be. No, I had it wrong. So I actually added the wrong metal. I should have done the 132. But anyway, the point is I can now add 3 1.5 by 20, and I've told the program that I need to, that it's going to be a ridge cap. Okay. Let's go ahead and save that, apply that. Let me save this so that we can see what that looks like on the work order. And again, for the sake of the video, I didn't want to go back and change that item number, but obviously I wouldn't have picked a silver for that. So here it is, the 1.5, and you can see it's a ridge peak, or a cap. That may not be the right term for that, but basically you see where I'm going. So when you produce this work order, if you're manufacturing your own metal roofing, then somebody sees that, well, they know what that is. It would be a ridge cap. And again, obviously, I made a mistake because I've picked out the wrong product. Silver matched with blue is not going to fly very well. But you get my point, and I hope that's not too confusing there, but. So that's an example of metal roofing. In the same sense, I could do asphalt, shingles roofing. And this is just a standard item where I'm setting it up, selling it $43.45 a bundle. And I've also got it discounted a bit for a set of 4 bundles. Now that's one way I could do just a standard unit. Now I could, if I wanted to, set up, well, let's see. I thought I did. I thought I had an asphalt in square footage, but I apparently don't. Or maybe I do, yeah. Yeah, this one. So I have an example of the same, an asphalt shingle roofing, but I'm going to sell it in square footage just like I would metal. So it works the same way. Except I'm inventorying it by square footage rather than, bundles. And it would work the same way as metal. I mean, I I would enter in my dimensions of the roof or a section of the roof, which would give me the square footage pricing. Okay? So there's one other item that I think I want to show you, and then I'll pretty much conclude this this demo. And this is what is called a kit. Now this is different from a bill of material, but it's very similar in that I still set up products that I need to manufacture or assemble this kit. The difference is normally I don't do this necessarily in-house. I could, but normally it's just a product that I don't inventory at all, but I run it through my sales or my work order, and I sell that single line item, but the work order produces those three parts that I need to assemble or build that transmission. And then I just sell the transmission, and then I work my labor in through my order. Let's pull up a order for that particular product. Well, that's not it. That was the tires. Oh, it's one. Actually, I don't know what that is. Hold it. That might be it. Nope, that was the same one I had pulled up. I'm just guessing at this point. I'm trying to guess at which one is that. It looks like it would be that one, but I don't know. Maybe it's this one. Yep, this is it. So basically this is building that transmission part, which is assembling from other parts in your inventory. And then there's my labor. And that would essentially be the work order. Let me apply this and save so that I can show you the work order on this product. And then that'll kind of conclude this this demonstration. So here's the kit, here's the parts I need to produce it, and then that's kind of how that works. So when I post this as being done, the customer will be invoiced for that line item kit, and the labor will be the only two things on the invoice. Okay? Well, I appreciate you watching the video. And if you need more information, just visit easybsoftware.com. And thank you very much for watching.